The greatest trick the devil ever played was convincing the world that the devil doesn't exist. And that's exactly what happened here. MJF is now the new AEW World Champion after a incredible match with Jon Moxley. And I honestly thought this was exactly the way it needed to go down. Sure, some people are going to say that it's overbooked. And yes, some people are probably going to complain that there's 2 ref bumps. And of course, William Regal handing the brass knuckles to MJF. But this is what made sense. You know, Blackpool Combat Club is a cool thing, but does it need William Regal? Absolutely not. This is the greatest thing that AEW has ever produced. I'm going to just be honest. I'm going to say it like it is. This main event was exactly what I expected. And, you know, I think a lot of times people have this expectation, especially with All Elite Wrestling, that they're going to try to break away from being predictable. Guys, if you follow this channel, I say it all the time. Being predictable is not an issue. It's when you don't deliver something great with that easy predictability. And I thought AEW hands down delivered the best thing that's ever happened in this company's history. And there's been a lot of good stuff in the history of the company. But if you want to get momentum built, if you want people excited about your product again at a time where the interest is declining, give them what they want. MJF should not be a babyface, and I've argued this a million times, and I don't care about how many times he gets booed or cheered. This guy is a heel. And if you really want to do big things with MJF and AEW, you keep him a heel. And I think AEW delivered exactly what was needed. And yes, I will go down and say this publicly. This was the greatest thing that AEW produced because ultimately the focus is finally on an AEW talent. There's not a focus here on a former WWE talent. There's not a focus here on somebody, who realistically, I'm just going to say it like it is, right? I get closer and closer to believing that MJF is an AEW guy for a very, very, very long time. I don't know if the possibility of him going to WWE truly exists. So the idea that he's going to win this match and become the world champion and be the number 1 guy in the company while also being the number 1 heel in the company, I think this is what AEW needed to show the world, right? It's nothing against Jon Moxley. It's nothing against Bryan Danielson or Chris Jericho or Kenny Omega. There is just this belief that, like, you know, MJF came from MLW, he came to AEW, and he's an original, and, you know, you got to push talent. You got to show the world new faces, and MJF is the best character in AEW. I'm excited about this. I thought it was very well done, and I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below.